In this video, I'm going to give you an overview of the rear panel on the MPC Live. Check it out. What's up everybody, my name is Matthew Stratton, helping you create music, and on this channel, I do setup videos, tutorials, and how-tos, just like this one. So this video is a part of a video series. I'm going to be talking about the rear panel in future videos, but now I want to give you this overview so you have that foundational knowledge. Here's the MPC Live's rear panel. So I'm going to start over here. You have your power button here. So if you push that in, it's going to turn the MPC on. Now the MPC Live is battery powered. So if you don't have your connection hooked up here, it will still turn on if it has a charge. But if it doesn't, you can always use your adapter right here, okay, and just plug it in. And right there, you have a charge indicator. It actually turns orange when it's charging. When it's full, it'll actually turn off, or if it's not charging, it'll turn off. Then you have this right here where you could kind of put this cord in there, you know what I'm saying? And you know, it kind of protects this area. So if you look here, you have the USB B port. So this is the USB 3.0 B port, and your MPC Live comes with the USB cable. So all you have to do is plug this in here, okay? And you plug this in into your computer, into your USB 3.0. All right, and so whenever you do this, this actually allows you to do a number of things. So firstly, you could put your MPC Live into controller mode so you can control the software inside the computer. You can also, using this method, you can send MIDI data to your computer. You can send audio to your computer. So you can use this as a USB interface. You also have access to any kind of storage that you have on here. Like if you have an SD card in here, you can access that. You can access your USB ports. But oddly enough, you can't access the internal drive in there, all right? Now, I will note you can put right here on the back panel your own drive. I'm sure you'll be able to access this. I don't have one, so I haven't tried it, but I'm sure you'd be able to access that. But you can't access the built-in one for whatever reason. And I will note that you need to be in controller mode to actually gain access to any of the storage capabilities. So moving on over to here, since I'm talking about storage, you can actually plug in, like, for example, your like an external hard drive into one of these USB-A ports. All right, you have two of them here. And you can actually plug in, you know, a flash drive, okay? You could plug in something like this. It's a, you know, external storage device that goes in USB right there. And you can also plug in something like this controller here because it has USB. So you just plug a USB cable into your controller and plug it in right there, and you have immediate access to that. So moving along here, I'll actually talk about this first since I already talked about it a little bit. You can put your SD card right there. All right, you plug it in there. You can read the SD card in standalone mode, and you can read it in controller mode as well. Okay, so moving along to your MIDI ports. So you have MIDI In 1, MIDI In 2, and then you have MIDI Out A and MIDI Out B. All right, so this is a standard 5-pin DIN MIDI. So you just plug that in there, you know, and you get MIDI data. You could plug this into your synthesizer or what have you, or your MIDI controller even, and you can send clock through this, your MIDI clock, and you can sync things that way. And the MPC Live can also set MIDI clock. All right, so you're going to set your MIDI clock here, and you're going to send your MIDI clock out here. It can accept CC values, MIDI clock, things to that nature. And I will point out that you can access these things as well in controller mode. So these ports actually show up in the software, and you can select in and out in the software. You can see here, we got inputs. So we got a left and a right input, and they actually show up as input 1 and input 2 inside the MPC, as well as the MPC software. All right, and then we have this input here, which is a phono input, and basically you put your turntables into here. So if you look here, I got these RCA cables. You could put those in there. Flip this switch right here. You can see a switch. Flip that to phono, and then you can record your samples into there, into the MPC directly. All right, really cool there. And although it does have technically, 4 inputs, they only show up 1 and 2. And you can only use either the TRS here, or the RCAs. You can only use either or. Okay, so right there, line is going to give you your left and right, and your phono is going to give you your phono inputs, left and right. Now you can choose mono inputs, or you can choose stereo pair in the MPC. And I will say that these are actually balanced inputs. So you could put this right here into there, which is actually a TRS balanced cable. Boom, put it in there, it'll work just fine. You can put your microphone in there, your synth, and your mixer. And I will say that this doesn't have phantom power, so you can't just put a condenser mic and expect it to work. All right, moving along to this right here, this is actually a ground wire. So if you're getting ground loop with your turntable, all right, you might need to use this little piece right here and put grounding for your turntable right there, and you can get rid of your ground loop that way. And it's good to know that there's a knob here. This is your record volume. And basically, you set this at 0, and then you turn it up to kind of set your volume for your inputs, and you can monitor that in your MPC. And once you get it a good volume, you're good, and you could sample that way. You could sample from your mixer that way, what have you, your synth, get a good strong level there, but just be careful, because you can actually overdo it and get a nasty signal. So I would recommend starting low and then working high. So if you look here, here's your Kingston lock. So if you have a Kingston lock, you can secure that to your table or your desk or whatever, and nobody's going to walk away with your MPC. All right, so on to the outputs. So the MPC actually has 6 outputs, and if you can see here, this little white area indicates the master 1 and 2 output, or the left and right output. So everything's default to 1 and 2, and you can actually control 1 and 2 with the volume right there. So these actually work in standalone mode, and they also work in your software when you use the MPC Live as a USB interface, and you have access to all 6 of these outputs. So if you look here, there's also a headphones out. So you just put, your headphone jack into here, and you're good. Now I will mention that the master volume controls the phones out and the master out. It does not control the outputs here. These outputs are set to 0 decibels. So it's just going to give you a nice signal out. Right here, you can actually control the volume. All right, and again, when you're setting a volume, just put it low and then turn it up. Don't kill your eardrums and don't blow your speakers. Start low, turn it up. All right, so I think that pretty much covers the rear panel here. So there you go. This is the Akai Professional MPC Live rear panel. Everything that's on there, you now know what it is, okay? You got your vents here. This thing can get a little warm. So you got vents right there, and little branding, stuff like that. Let me go ahead and show you this. So if you look at the back here, you can actually unscrew this panel and put a hard drive in there. When one of those 2.5 hard drives, this option is available to you. You can put a SATA drive into here. Cool, so there you have it. That's the rear panel of the MPC Live, and I'm sure I'll be talking about this panel in future videos. So now you have a foundation of everything that's there. So whenever I'm talking about this, you have kind of an idea, or when you're listening to other different videos, you have an idea of what people are talking about. So I appreciate you watching this. There you have it. That's the overview of the rear panel of the MPC Live. This video is actually a part of a video series, so go ahead and click the card right there if you want more information about the MPC Live. That series is going to give you more videos. I'm actually going to do more videos about the MPC Live in the future. So if you like this and you want more information, remember to subscribe to the channel, and I'll bring more videos your way. Also, if you like this video, smash the like button below, share it if you found that helpful, and that will help spread a little bit of knowledge about the MPC Live, so maybe it'll help somebody make a song or two. My name is Matthew. Continue to create, and I'll see you in the next video.